Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, no matter where you may find yourself as you listen to this, and welcome to the only sports podcast with brains and bars. It's a black and white thing featuring A1 and A Ward. You can check out every episode of the podcast by going to the podcast app of your choice, wherever you get the good podcasts. Give us 5 stars, search for It's a Black and White Thing or Brains and Bars. Like I said, leave a comment, give us 5 stars, share that audio version. You can also check us out here on YouTube by searching at Brains and Bars. Give us 5 stars, or not 5 stars, excuse me. Hit the notification bell, hit the like button. Tell a friend and tell a friend it's them boys again. You can also check us out on social media at Brains and Bars on YouTube. I'm sorry, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. And my guy Ward, he's coming off of anniversary, so we decided to let him slide this week, let him spend time with the wifey and do his thing. So I'm not by myself. I got the good homie and I almost want to say frequent contributor to the show now. We got the homie Titus in the building from Let's Talk Battle Rap Group Chat Podcast. Contributed to the show as a writer, or to not to the show, but to the site as a writer as well. Titus, my God, what's going on with you, man?
Oh, what's up, man? It's always nice to be here. It's my favorite text. When I see the A1, hey, can you do podcast week? Yes, I will be there.
I
Finally
appreciate you.
figure it
I
out. For sure,
appreciate you.
for sure.
Yeah, man. So
Absolutely.
we got an interesting show lined up for you tonight. Gonna talk a couple of things. Talk a little bit of college football. We're gonna talk a little bit of NFL. Trade deadline went down today, so we'll get a little bit into the NBA. Season is about a little bit over 2 weeks old now. Or actually 2 weeks old today, actually. So we'll talk a little bit of NBA as well. So yeah, glad you can join us. So before we get into that though, and this is very impromptu, so I apologize for catching you off guard. But I don't know how closely you've been following the J Mills and DNA back and forth.
You know, God, God can be a particular God, right? I don't know if you know. I publicly prayed against the DNA and J Mills battle. I prayed publicly on the podcast. I opened the show with a prayer. It was against that battle. I may or may not have asked for any league on to think about it for the assets to be frozen so they couldn't do such a thing. I just I put it in God's hands, and God he answered the no battle prayer. I didn't get specific enough. See, I didn't say I don't want any content at all. I'm Ward. I didn't say I didn't want any content at all. So now I'm getting a on track battle. So I guess I should just take it for he did answer the prayer. Just I should have added more to it. It's okay. I haven't seen the tracks yet. I've seen snippets. Like these it's actually kind of good, but it's off principle. But I can't because I don't get. I don't even know why DNA is involved in this. This was like Goods and J Mills, and this they just popped up with this track. I'm like, why are you dissing him so much?
That's a great question. I don't know the genesis of this. I don't know how it started. I will say this as someone who is I so no disrespect to Jay Mills.
Right.
No, it's no disrespect to him. I have not listened to any of the Jay Mills diss tracks. I've only heard DNA, and that's because I follow DNA, on social media, right? So I see him on my timeline.
Right.
They're really, really good. I
They are.
really enjoyed them. I mean, just the content, the way, I mean, the visuals, like there's been thought and care put into it. They're really, really good. And
Right.
it has for me, now granted, I'm not a DNA hater. I think DNA is, whether you say he's a legend or just someone who is just a really had a really respected career.
Hmm.
I never wanted him to leave battle rap.
Right.
I have tweets publicly saying, bro, like I respect what you do, I respect your work. It makes me want to see him battle again. And just between the run he had of going at easy,
Hmm.
then he went from he sent some shots Hansel's way. He
Yeah.
said
Yeah.
he's kind of dismissed Capo. He's really hasn't really given him a bunch of time.
Right.
But like between the little run that he had in that and now the disc records, like like listen, I never wanted you to leave. Come
Right.
on, come on
Right.
back, come on back. I'll you and Easy is a battle. I'll entertain you and Hansel. Hansel's been calling you out. You and him and John out for a minute anyway. That's a battle I entertain.
Right.
Listen, I think he's not putting enough respect on Capo's name. I think that's a speaking of promo. Like Capo is someone that I told him in London, like, bro, like you are a budding star in this, and yeah. yeah, like that's a battle I would also entertain as well. So has at least the promo run that he's been on lately, has it piqued your interest in seeing a DNA return?
Oh yeah, look, I'm here for a DNA return. I'm not here for a J Mills DNA back. That's all. I'm against that entirely. The DNA return I'm here for. I think DNA's in a weird spot to where he wants his return obviously to be a big deal and a big or not big deal, a big battle. But I just don't think he's in a position to get the battles that he wants. Cause I know he said like he'll battle Eunice, but he won't be the first battle. Like brother, that's probably your best option for your first battle is Eunice. That's probably where we need to go from here. Not saying you can't get one of the big names. I think DNA deserves every name he's ever called out. Like I just think he does. I think he's that level of talent. But it's just hard when the guys want to battle you. Like if DNA got a Lux battle, I'd be like, cool. But Lux just doesn't want to do the battle, and just I can't do anything about it. It's a
Right,
weird place
right,
for him to
right, right,
be
right.
in, and I feel I kind of empathize with him on that point of like there are battles he wants because he wants his return to mean something, but they're just not doesn't seem feasible right now. So it's hard for him to come back, and I understand it. But I definitely want to see him back. I think him and Eunice is a banger. I think he probably teaches Eunice some lessons, some valuable lessons, some life learning lessons. If it's in the right environment, if it's in a nice little URL volume but non-volume room, it'll be all right. But they go to the wrong place. That can things can be learned. But yeah, I'm for sure I'm super interested in DNA return. I want to see him come back. I like to see him active. I think it's better when I think, especially against certain people that want to talk, go back and forth with him. It's a lot of fun when DNA is outside. It's he's funny, you know.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, like, the thing that I felt like he really tapped into because he has the wrestling
Mhm.
affiliation. I feel like he really tapped into like I mean, he was shooting promo, right? Like he
Yeah,
was in his bag, right? Like almost like the $1 million, Eric St. John, Ted DiBiase type
yeah,
bag
yeah.
talking crazy to Easy. And it was super entertaining. And I think that it made me, it was a battle I'd never considered,
Right,
right? But it made
right,
me go, you know what? I'd watch that. I'd watch that
right,
if it got set up.
right. That's how I felt. That's how I
Um,
felt.
and again, no disrespect to Jay Mills. Again, I don't follow you, so I haven't seen your content. But I like you. I'm not necessarily interested in the Jay Mills DNA battle in 2025. Like that's just not. It's not what we need. It's not
Not
what
at
we
all.
need right now.
No, it's not at all.
Um, but yeah, like him and Eunice, banger, banger. Like
Absolutely.
volume. I think is coming up too. Maybe
I hope so.
I would I would love to see that battle.
For sure.
But yeah, yeah. Last thing, and we can move on. I'm
Mhm.
pretty sure you guys covered this on the show as well. TBL Takeover Battle League has a huge women's tourney coming up. Kicks off this weekend, two
Yes.
days. A lot of new names, some names that maybe that you haven't seen in a while. Shout out to Marasha, from KC's own, who's going to be in this tournament. Any thoughts about? So let me ask this: Who is your who's the name we need to watch out for, right? That maybe that's maybe buzzing right below the radar, or maybe that people are unfamiliar with that people might walk away from this first weekend going, okay, I'm locked in now.
I'll tell you who I'm most interested in seeing,
Okay,
and it's Big Ice. Because I don't know if you're aware of Big Ice's Twitter shenanigans. She is hilarious. She is a grade A trash talker, like elite
okay,
with it. So if you're that good at that, look, Presavia is leaving us. She's leaving us.
yeah,
We need
yeah.
somebody that's going, be a nice promoter, talk a good game, and back it up. So I'm interested in seeing her because I think she can emerge from this if she does what she needs to do. She can emerge from this as a star. I'm not super familiar with a lot of these women in the tournament. I know I've seen them in passing, but let's talk about her. It does have the tournament guide that we put up. We have a whole guide.
You guys
If you're
do,
not
you
familiar,
guys
check
do.
that out. It's so detailed. Great work by Francis Tata on that. Super detailed. That's why I plan on deep diving into that and really getting to know some of these women. Because like I said, I've seen them all in passing. I was not super familiar with them. But
Oh,
I
you got
love
to send
tournaments though,
me.
because like there's nothing like somebody dying in a tournament. You really make stars off somebody like getting smoked in the tournament setting. You know,
Yeah,
when Chess did that to
yeah,
prep, it set him to a new path when Chess did that to prep. So this is a good time. I'm excited for this weekend.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, make sure y'all, if y'all haven't already, go check out the guide that Let's Talk Battle Rap has done. It is very thorough, very extensive. The ladies were definitely appreciative. I saw some tweets. You have to send me Big Ice's Twitter profile. I do not follow her,
I
so I
will.
need to
I
follow
will.
her. So especially if you're saying the promo and the content and the trash talk game is on point, I'm down for that. I'm always good. I'm here for some shenanigans,
She told
especially when
someone.
it's within the culture battle rap.
She told her opponent, "You got 3 managers. You can't even talk to me." I'm like, I'm like, having 3 back rap managers is kind of crazy. Yeah, she
That
told
is
me
kind
that.
of crazy, especially like if you're not like Jazz. Like no
Yeah,
disrespect,
yeah, yeah.
no disrespect. If you're not like one of the top tier female battle rappers in the sport, I'm not sure why you have 3 managers.
Right, 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 right.
Wow,
Yeah,
wow. Okay, all
it was
right,
like, yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, she's
all
comedy.
right. Well, again, shout out to Takeover Battle League, Chilla Jones, Kenny, and the whole screw. We appreciate y'all putting this on because you're allowing a lot of women, like we said, that we may not be familiar with to get some shine. This jersey looks crazy on me. I should have picked a different jersey. Anyway, it just looks. I mean, I've lost a little bit of weight, but it just
Yeah,
looks.
yeah.
It looks like it's like not fitting right, and it's just kind of bugging me as I look at
I
myself in the camera.
understand.
But anyway, let's get into some. Let's talk. Let's start with college football, man. Let's
Let's
start
do it.
start with college football. I wonder is tonight the night where they release the rankings?
Oh, is it CFP time? Is it the college football playoff time? Is their time?
I thought
Oh,
so.
I didn't know we were here yet. That chaos, that group of chaotic people.
Yeah. Let me see. Let me see if I can Google this.
Yeah,
CFP
this is
ranking.
maybe exciting. There's nothing I love more than watching them try and explain themselves. And every year, I'm like, yo, you guys shouldn't do this.
Yeah. Yeah. Come on. Come on. When is it? When is it? Oh yeah, I forgot. There's no YouTube TV. Boo.
I
Um.
know, right? Are you suffering? You're suffering with me. You're suffering too.
Yeah. So I'm gonna tell you what happened. What happened was initially I thought that this was like YouTube TV kind of being like jerk, like being stupid and not wanting to
Yeah,
work with ESPN. So,
right.
Carolina had an exhibition game. Not they had their first official game yesterday, but the week before they had like an exhibition game against with BYU.
Mhm.
So I went and paid for the ESPN Plus, right?
Yeah,
I was like, I want to watch. I want to watch AJ DeBansa. Want to see
right.
Caleb Wilson. Want to see what the new team looks like. Yada yada yada. So then I come to find out that like ESPN is trying to create, I don't want to say create a monopoly of sorts, but they are trying to force YouTube to play a game that they should not be forced to play.
Yeah,
So once I found that out, I canceled the ESPN Plus. So
yeah.
like I have it until the end of basically almost to Thanksgiving, like November 24th, I think is when
Mhm.
it cancels. And I would not be renewing. I won't be going back. Like I'll figure out what I'm going to do. But
Right.
I'm not. I didn't watch the Cowboys game. I could have watched it. I'm like I'm good.
Yeah.
Thankfully, never did I think being a Notre Dame game fan would come in handy like this. But the fact that their game, now granted, 2 of their last 4 games are on ESPN, but still, right? Like this weekend,
Yeah.
it's a Peacock game. And then in 2 weeks that there's that final NBC game of the year. So that helps me out a lot.
Right.
I don't think they're making the playoffs, so that means I don't necessarily. If this thing continues to stretch on, you
You're
know,
good.
I'm good. I'm good. So
Yeah.
so you just opted out of ESPN altogether?
Yeah, I already had YouTube TV. I don't really have the ESPN Plus. Because I have me and family, we got the Disney Plus, HBO Max, Hulu package. Like, cool. I got that. I got that, and I got YouTube TV. Cool. I'm out. I got Peacock too. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. When they dropped the ESPN Super Plus, whatever this new thing is, the 30, I'm like, bro, I'm not doing it, bro. I'm not doing it. But I will say, if you have the Hulu, I don't know how this works, but if you have the Hulu Disney Plus and Max package or one of those packages, somehow I was able to watch the Monday Night Football game live on my Hulu. I was like, this is weird. I
Did
don't
you
know what
pay
this
for the
is.
bundle?
Now I have the bundles with Disney Plus, with Disney and HBO Max. So I know they show some stuff on Disney Plus. I know they have shown basketball stuff on Disney Plus before. I've seen that before, but I didn't know it was
Mhm.
worth from that football. I had to say, hey, I'll take this as a substitute. But it was funny seeing so many people, to your point, being like, oh, I can't believe YouTube TV is doing this. I'm like, you realize if you ask YouTube TV to go through with it, you're going to be paying more for YouTube TV. Then you'll be mad at YouTube TV for how expensive it is. It's already expensive enough, honestly. So I'm giving them enough money. I don't want it to go up. So I have to say I don't want the rates to go up because I think when they announced you and me were wrestling fans, so we followed it. When the ESPN, they went to ESPN, they're like, oh yeah, this is all gonna be on the ESPN thing. It's with every package. And they're like, eventually on YouTube TV, but it wasn't at the beginning. And it's like, oh, that's what this is about. That's probably what this is about.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I mean, when I found out that they purchased Fubo, um,
They bought
right?
Fubo?
So they recently purchased Fubo.
I didn't know
Yeah, you
that.
know that?
I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
yeah. So that is so a lot of people say that's the genesis of it. Once that
Mm-hmm.
deal went through, then they started kind of like playing hardball with YouTube TV. YouTube TV
Oh,
was
that
like,
makes sense.
we can't do this, right? And I somebody now, granted, I don't know this is true because it was just a photo, so someone could have been lying. But one of my group chats, they said sent me a photo that ESPN is losing $5 million a day by not being on YouTube TV.
I believe that. I mean, I could see it. All these companies burn through money. I don't know how much of this stuff is profitable. Like, we don't know how much of this stuff is actually profitable. They keep part of these races going up is one, greed, and two, they're all trying to make back some profit margins that they're probably not going to make back because I just don't think streaming is actually going to be profitable. I don't see it ever being profitable. I really don't.
No, no, no. It oh wow, hold on, hold on. See, Pat McAfee, I have a love-hate relationship with McAfee,
Right.
but I just happened to be Googling Disney YouTube TV dispute, and this headline from Awful Announcing says Pat McAfee admonishes ESPN host over YouTube TV dispute videos.
Oh,
Nobody cares what you have to say. All you're doing is pissing everybody off even more.
oh. Hey, look, sometimes Pat speak the truth, man. Sometimes he can speak some truth. I thought that
Yeah,
was
but
super
he
weird. When they sent all the analysts out to the front line, like, oh, this is strange propaganda you running right here. This this is odd propaganda that y'all are playing with.
Listen, I love Scott Van Pelt, but
Same.
I don't save my network.com or whatever they was pushing.
Yeah.
I'm good, bruh. I'm good,
Right.
bruh. And
Right.
listen, I told YouTube TV after the last time they increased the rates. I said, hey, I
Mm-hmm.
tweeted them. The tweet is still up. Hey, bruh, y'all raise them rates again. I'm out of here. Don't y'all
Right.
raise them rates no more. Like, because bro, when I started with them, it was $54. And it went from
Right.
54
Yeah.
to like 60 to 70,
Mm-hmm.
and now we're in 80 before even the add-ons,
Right.
right? Because
Right.
I have add-ons, and it's just like, nah, like we're back to where we started when I had
Yeah.
DirecTV and I was paying these same type of rates. It's just like, well,
Mm-hmm.
I just go back to DirecTV then. I mean, if I'm gonna pay them rates,
Yeah.
you know,
I was
respectfully.
I'm not
So
gonna lie, I was looking at DirecTV the other day. I'm like, yo, if this goes down wrong, why just switch over here? The only reason they got me that Sunday ticket thing, like, okay, I want Sunday ticket for the year. I already got it for the year anyway, so I'm here. I
they
already
got it
got it
for
for
the
the
year.
year.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I'm here anyway. But yeah, I know when first started YouTube TV, it was they had the 3 month special for like 54, and then it was gonna be 72. And then I had YouTube for like 3 months, like, oh yeah, it's 82. I'm like, hey, bro, I didn't even get a year of 72. You gonna put me at 82 already? It was 82 with the red zone. I had the red zone for the 82. That's cool. But now I got the red. Now it's gonna be 92 if I get red zone. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Listen, I didn't know this, but Sling out here with that, I got what you need deal. They got like
I
a day
hear.
pass. I I
Oh,
was like, oh, okay, okay,
a day pass.
okay. Y'all
That's
got a
smart.
$5 day pass, like a $10 weekend pass. They
Wait
are
a
literally
minute.
oh yeah, they the DVD man at the barbershop. Two for 25, baby. Two
A
for
streaming day
25. I got
pass
you.
is why are we at where we
Yeah.
need a streaming day pass is the new thing.
When you
What's
gotta
happening?
have it, I guess you gotta have it.
What
You
is
know what I'm
happening to
saying?
us, man?
Oh no, you know what I'm saying? They
Right.
like, hey man, listen. You ain't got it all. It's all right.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give you
yeah.
a sample. Here's a sample.
Right, right.
Just give me a five. Give me $5. I got you. I got you.
You know what's funny about Fubo is that I actually had a Fubo trial. Well, I had two Fubo trials. I finessed them a couple times. So different emails. Got that week when I need when it was down bad and I needed it.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
but I actually do like food. I think food. The one advantage Fubo has over YouTube TV for me is that fact you can pay like 3 months up at once. And I like the idea of having 3 months paid for as opposed to I gotta do this monthly. Like in 3 months, I can just put that money to the side. It's ready. That's the one advantage. I wish YouTube had like a few months out like food because Fubo has that.
Listen,
That's the biggest advantage for me because they're pretty
listen.
comparable, but that's their biggest. That was their biggest advantage.
If I could pay stuff up for a year,
Oh my god, I believe in
listen,
that years.
I would take that. I would take that. I
Mm-hmm.
would take the hit, pay it for a year, and I ain't got to think
Yeah.
about it no more. Man,
Right.
Man,
Right.
I've only had football once in my viewing. It was Notre Dame. It was the last ever game on the Pac-12 channel. Notre Dame, that's a little
Mm.
trivia for you. The last ever football game on the Pac-12 channel was Notre Dame versus Stanford. Um,
Wow.
I wanted to say like when it like it was almost like they went to "Brr, brr, brr." They started playing taps at the end of the broadcast. Then that mug just kind of it went off. They were like, "Thank you guys and good night." And it was like one commercial, and then it was just like gone, gone. There was nothing else there. Um,
That's
so yeah, I
fascinating.
got, and I think the thing that made me mad about football is like they made it super hard for me to cancel it. So I signed up for a free trial, right, just for
Oh
the like
yeah.
7 day free trial, and I had to Google how to cancel football
Oh.
because
Oh yeah.
like
That's
they
not
made
good.
it really hard for me to find it to cancel. It was like some you had to click, 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 and then find some obscure
Yeah.
button that says, "Oh yeah, down here at the bottom, hidden behind these little things in the trees." That's where yeah,
Yeah.
hit here,
Yeah.
hit cancel.
That'll
But
turn
yeah,
me
man.
off for
But yeah,
sure.
I'm not like I said. Once that trial with ESPN runs out, I'm never watching again. Yes, the CFP rankings are about to be revealed because I just
Let's
saw on
go.
Twitter a Notre Dame account that I follow saying if ESPN starts the CFP show with an advertisement for that stupid website they've been pushing all weekend, I might throw something through a window. Oh
YouTube
yeah,
TV can't watch the rankings, bro. I will log on and find out after. That's fine.
I mean, like I don't listen. It's not like it really matters. It's the first one. Although I say this, I did look this up, and obviously small sample size alert. I looked this up last year to see how many teams that were ranked in the top 12 actually made the final 12.
Oh wow.
11 of the 12 did. BYU was the only one that from that first ranking
Mhm.
last year,
Yeah.
they were like number 8. I think they ended up losing to Colorado like maybe a week or two after that,
Oh
which is
okay.
what
Yeah.
actually knocked them out.
Yeah.
They were the only team out of that original top 12 to not make it. Because I was trying to figure
Wow.
out. I'm gonna present you with this take, and we can kick
Talk
off
to me.
the right here.
Yes.
I have a take that the 12 team playoff has made the regular season less relevant
Oh, 100%. 1,000%.
because one, you're not having like Ole Miss doesn't play. I don't think they forget what it is. Maybe it's A&M. A&M doesn't play Bama. I don't think
Hmm.
A&M plays Ole Miss, right? Which are games they would have played normally, right, every year. So like
Right.
if you get to a certain point, if you're A&M, let me look up their schedule real quick. Like they're going to be favored in most of their games except for the Texas game. Um, let me see here who they got coming up. So they got Missouri this weekend, but Missouri's down to the third string quarterback.
Yeah. Yeah. It's bad. Got bad over there.
They got South Carolina, which all they have is Lenore Sellers. They have Sanford, which yeah, okay, and then they got A&M or Texas to close out, right? So I mean, like
Oh yeah. They don't.
they
Yeah.
right, so they didn't play right. They play LSU, which we'll get to that in a second. But when you look at their schedule, there's no Ole Miss, there's no Bama on there, and so it's just like we're missing those games where we say this is an elimination game, or this is a game that really tells us how good this team is. Right?
Right.
You schedule one or two tough games, whether out of conference or in conference. If you make it through those games, you're going to be favored in most of your other games because most teams are just average to mediocre. And on a good day, maybe they stun you.
Right.
Shout out to SMU, beating Miami, right?
Yeah.
Maybe on a good day they stun you, but most of the time you're going to win most of these games. And if you're ranked in that top 10 in that first ranking, the likelihood of you falling out is not high.
Yeah.
And so like
Yeah.
it, Miami's pretty much done. Notre Dame is done. Like if you're on the outside looking in, you're going to need a lot of chaos to get back into that mix. And I just because you're not facing that stiff competition, I don't
Right.
think you have a shot of being knocked out.
Yeah. That was my thing. The 14 playoff. I'm like, you know what? Whatever, bro. When they went to 12, I'm like, yo, don't put no 3-loss team. I don't believe 3-loss teams don't deserve things in college football. They don't deserve nice things. No. We've been raised that, yo, one loss, you might be done if you lose one. It might be over for you. I still remember, was it 07? The year, it would have been West Virginia and Ohio State. West Virginia messed around and lost to Pitt to end the year. I
Mm.
think Slayton or White got hurt. One of them got hurt, I think. Them losing to Pitt. And then LSU backdoor and into the national championship. Like that's how crazy it used to be. Like you could just backdoor your way into it. just based off one school losing one game, right? Like, and now everybody putting everybody in here. Man, I'm like, no, like one loss is like, yo, Miami's got two losses. Like, yo, how can they get back in? They shouldn't get back in. They lost 2 games. They're done. Get away from
They
me.
lost 2 games. And they lost to teams they shouldn't have lost to, right? Like
Right,
the SMU
right,
loss. I mean, Louisville, I mean, okay, I guess. Right.
right.
Louisville, I think they have either one loss, but I don't think it was, the ACC had this thing because it's so bloated that
Mm-hmm.
like they have to schedule teams in their conferences out of conference games.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
think Louisville's one loss came to an ACC team, but it was a non-conference
Conference
game
game. Yeah,
because
they
that's
got
the only way they
anything
can
going.
play each other,
Right.
which is,
They got
I
they
mean,
got anything
yeah,
going on
yeah,
over there. That's why Clemson and Florida State won out. I'm like, yo, I understand. I can't be mad
I
at you.
get it.
Like,
I get it.
what's
I get
that?
it.
Because what is that?
Well, I mean, yeah, so they lost to Virginia. They lost to Virginia, but that does not count as a
As a
conference
conference
loss for
game.
them.
Good God.
Yeah. Yeah, because they played it out of conference. So yeah, man, I don't know.
It's
Actually, no,
awesome.
I got that wrong. Actually, that does count as a conference. Or
Okay.
maybe Google's lying to me, but I feel like I read that somewhere that
Okay.
was
Yeah.
one of these teams that lost the game. It did not. Maybe it's Virginia. Hold on, let me double check because now I want to be accurate. I don't want to be have the governor of some state be quoting me because they heard Paul Feinbaum or someone like myself make a statement about, oh yeah, this game doesn't count because
Oh,
no, it was
man.
Virginia. Virginia lost to NC State, but it did not
It didn't
count
count.
as a
Oh
conference loss
wow.
for them. That's what it is.
Oh God. Is that gonna be something that
Yeah.
can't that's not worth college basketball like that, right? That's not gonna
No, because there's so many
okay.
games in
Oh,
college
they got a lot
basketball,
more conference
right?
games. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay, okay.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Um,
Yes.
but yeah, it's so I don't like this. I don't like it that much. I didn't like the thing anyway. I'm like, bro, 12 teams is a lot, and I know y'all. You're only going to say we need more. You're never gonna be like, yo, maybe we should go to 8. You're always gonna be like, we need 12. And it's like, bro, we don't though. Because
We don't.
the four had enough 4 seeds getting smoked. It was like 4 teams, and the 4 seed would never the 4 seed was competitive maybe once in the whole time.
It wasn't a lot.
Like
It wasn't
it's
a
like
lot. It wasn't a lot.
they were showing up and getting ran out the building. Most like it never made sense to go to 12, but whatever. People want money, people want to be happy. But now, because it's 12 teams in the playoffs, which honestly still isn't a lot when you consider how many college football programs it is. But not everybody with the NIL thinks they deserve to be in the playoffs. Everybody.
No, no,
And your
no,
coach
they
is getting
don't.
fired
They
because of
don't.
it.
Yeah, coaches are getting fired. Like, I think this is a great point, and I heard Babani Jones say this first, but they're like, when you look at Vandy, now granted, obviously they lost clearly, or they may put up a fight at the end, but they
Yeah.
were down big to Texas most of the time. But
Mm-hmm.
when they're a top 10 team, when Indiana is, I mean, Indiana really is. Granted, I thought they were fool's gold last year. Maybe they're fool's gold this
Right.
year because I'm gonna take a quick detour here.
Mm-hmm.
Can we be honest? One of the greatest lies ever sold to us is that the Big Ten has quality football programs from top to bottom. Like, they just because they got a lot of money, all of a sudden we think that there's a lot of quality teams in the Big Ten. Like, I'm a Notre Dame fan. USC wants to get out of the series because they're like, well, look at our schedule. And I'm like,
Pathetic.
look
Pathetic
at
by
what are you
USC.
talking about? Now, respectfully, right? USC's 2026 schedule is kind of loaded, right? I don't want to make it seem like, but it's just like, bro, so hold on. Let me pull this schedule up real quick. Their 2026 schedule. Hold on. I don't like the way that looks. Let me go to this one.
Hmm?
I mean, they got to play at Indiana, which right now, that could be a big game.
That could mean something.
Penn State is down. Oregon. Washington. Washington is a mid-tier. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm looking at this schedule and I'm like, Ohio State. They got to play Ohio State.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So you got Indiana, Ohio State, maybe Penn State, Oregon.
Right.
What are we doing, guys? What are we doing?
Right.
Like, this is Rutgers. Okay, you got to go to New Jersey. That's not my fault that y'all decided to go to the school where you got to fly 3 time zones to play
Yeah,
football
like
games.
you
It's
decided
not it's
geography
not my
doesn't matter.
problem.
I don't care.
Yeah, yeah, that's not my problem. I didn't ask you to do this. We were fine with the Pac-12 guys. You got to go play at Wisconsin. Okay, boo-hoo. Wisconsin, and again, Wisconsin, not good. Maryland, not good. UCLA, not good. Rutgers, not good. Fresno State, not what are we doing? So don't talk to me about how this is some conference where it's the SEC. It's not.
No.
It's not. Just because they make a lot of money does not mean the schools are good. They're not. Matt Rule getting a 2-year extension to be a 7-win team, 8-win team, and I'm just like, guys, come on. Like, y'all can go tell this lie to another sucker around the way. You're not selling this to a real one. A real one know what good football look like, and it ain't happening in the Big Ten.
It's not like
Respectfully,
football.
man. Like,
It's not
I
like
don't
football.
know, bro.
It's Oregon, Ohio State,
Sometimes
like I said,
Michigan.
sometimes Michigan. And right now, Indiana, the juggernaut, the feared ones, it's yeah, I don't agree. And these conferences are so big now, right? It's like so many teams in there now to where it's not even concentrated anymore. Like when it was a 10-team conference, it felt like that, right? Because big Ohio State was on top, Michigan was still there, Penn State was still good, right? It felt like it's like you got 3 or 4 teams out of 10, and then you get the random. Wisconsin was good, right?
Yeah,
They
Wisconsin
win
will pop
sometimes,
up
right?
every once. Penn
Yeah,
State will pop up every once in a while, right?
yeah.
Illinois pops up like once a generation.
Iowa
You know,
would beat the brakes off one of these schools and ruin their year.
yeah.
You know?
Michigan State. So again,
Yep.
like that's what I'm saying. Like this conference is just a bunch of mid.
Yeah.
It's a bunch
Absolutely.
of mid masquerading as something else because they make a lot of bread. And this idea that, well, if we go to 16, we need 6 automatic qualifiers. For who?
Right.
For what?
No.
Like what? No, no, you don't. No, you don't. Because then you want to talk about 9-3 schools. You have a
Right.
bunch of 8-4, 9-3, and we're gonna be going, why do we do this?
All because you
Why?
hung out in a certain conference. Right.
Yeah, and to be honest, to me, that's the reason why the Big Ten wants to have 6 automatic qualifiers
Look,
because they can't
yeah.
justify. You have 18 schools in the Big Ten,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
you putting two, while the SEC is at 16 and they're putting in 5, 6. It looks away
Right.
when
And,
you have that many schools and you can't put them into the tourney.
and here's my thing. If the SEC commissioner and the Big Ten commissioner want something at the same time, they both agree on it's like, nah, I don't want that. Nah. I know because I know what y'all are. I know what y'all are. Like it just means more conferences versus the conference that like named their divisions leaders and legends at one point. I know what this is, bro. I see what's going on with y'all, man. Y'all, it's a real superiority complex y'all got going on. I know
Well,
what's
listen,
happening.
the fact that Sankey's not standing with Petiti should tell you a lot. The fact that he's like, nah, man, I'm good. We don't need all these automatic qualifiers. And part what Sankey knows he doesn't need it
Right.
because
They
he's
didn't.
got so
They
many
got a good
quality
list.
schools. This
Alabama
first
did
one's
everything.
probably
Alabama carried the conference to everyone's good now. They did great work for you.
listen, this first ranking is gonna have Ole Miss, Bama, Georgia, A&M. Um, is that it? Is that four? That's at least four off the top of my
That's
head.
four,
There's
I
probably
think.
gonna
Yeah,
be
yeah.
one or two more that's gonna be on the fringe.
And they're not even.
And so
I
it's
didn't think this was even played. Well, Georgia, Alabama ones that play each other, right? Oh, Ole Miss and Georgia played, and that was a close one
Ole
too.
Miss,
Ole Miss,
Bama
A&M's the only one that's avoiding all the smoke. A&M's
Bama,
going
and
to
that's
avoid
what I'm
smoke.
saying.
Yeah.
They're the only one that's not going to have to face and I love that for them, right? Like I'm not
Right.
necessarily hating in that way, but it's just like to me, the 12-team playoff would be a lot better if we got rid of the bloated conferences. If Texas
Yes.
and Oklahoma were back in the Big 12,
Yeah.
if
If we
you
were back
bring the
regional,
back 12,
right? Yeah.
yes, if you bring the Pac 12 back, if you bring back the Big East, if you bring
Right.
back these conferences where now it really means something because now you're going to face the cream of the crop in your conference and we're
Mm-hmm.
really going to get who's really the best team in the conference.
Right.
Right. And so,
That's
I mean,
what's.
like,
Yeah.
yeah,
You know what
yeah,
pointed
that's
that
what's
out to
missing.
me? Funnily, was the college football game. Like when you go in there and make your custom conferences, like, yo, I already played. If you're in the SEC, like, I already played Texas. I already played these schools. I don't play them now. But you put them back in the Big 12. It's like, oh, I get to see Texas in the playoff. I get to see USC in the play. Or I get to see USC in the playoff. Or I get to see Ohio State in the playoff. It's not everything's not just running together. All these big
Yeah,
matchups they wanted to make for the regular season. You're like, yeah, the regular season college football was never a problem. The regular season was fine. It was never
it was fine.
there was nothing that needed to be changed. Games felt big because hey, if Ohio State loses on this field goal to Oregon, Ohio State might not make the playoff or might not make the national championship game. It's everything's at stake. Like that's what it was.
And
That's what it
now
looks off.
it's not the same. Like if you can now, granted, like I'll pick on Notre Dame. Notre Dame lost their first two. People are like, "Oh, you're done, right? You're not going to
Mhm.
make the playoff." They're going to be favored to win all of their games. I think the Pitt game is Navy's going to be sneaky tough because Navy's always tough to play because of the offense they run.
Yeah.
Syracuse lost their starting quarterback, so they should have an easier time defeating them.
Mm-hmm.
Stanford is Stanford. They're not good right now. And then Pitt, who has a sneaky chance of making it to the college football playoff because they might win the ACC.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that's not going to be that's not going to be a walkover game for them. So, but again, like you said, in previous years, 2 losses. Now, for me as a fan of sports, like I don't care if bowl game or college football playoff game, I'm watching regardless because I'm a fan.
Right. Right.
And I like college because I like to see these young men mature and get better over the length
Hmm.
of a season. But in previous years, you're done at 0-2.
Right.
But
Right.
now there's enough fake hope because again, I don't. To me, you can't rank Notre Dame ahead of Miami if they have the same amount of losses because of the head to head. So as
Right.
long as
Right.
Miami has 2 losses, Notre Dame is the door is shut to them, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't get
Yeah.
in. So I mean, like, cool. I'm cool with watching them play, but okay, there's no championship they're playing for at this
Right.
moment. So I don't know,
Right.
and I don't see a bunch of these teams in the top losing. But anyway, let's talk about these coaches being fired.
Yes. Yes.
We've had Hugh Freeze just got fired at Auburn this week. Um, you've had Florida's coach Billy Napier's been fired. Brian Kelly got fired. We'll talk more about him in a little bit. You've gotten who else? James Franklin's been
Hmm.
fired. Um, man, Mike Gundy at Oklahoma State has been fired. What's your
I
take on
forgot.
all of this? Did I miss one?
No, I forgot about Mike Gundy. I forgot that happened.
Yeah, man. And the crazy thing is, right, is these firings are happening mid-season, which I feel like is something that has never really happened before of seeing college coaches lose their job before the end of the season. Normally you get to play out the string, then they fire you. But now you've
Right.
had all of these high-profile coaches lose their job in the middle of the season. Like, what do you make of all this madness?
It's it's so interesting to me because it's like what. Well, I don't know what a good job is anymore. I don't want any of these jobs. I don't want these jobs. I want the buyout. I don't want these jobs though at all. Like I want what I think there's always this thing with college football where what are your actual expectations as a program, right? Like what are your realistic expectations as a program? And like we talked about earlier, because you see Vanderbilt, Indiana, and everything, it's like, hey, why aren't we there? There's money here, right? And I think all of that happening, I'm trying to figure out. I'm like, yo, why is the leash so short now for all these midseason firings in a year where it's not like there's that many hotshot candidates out there? The hottest candidate is probably Lane Kiffin, and we don't even know if he's leaving. He's such a troll. We don't know he might not leave. You know, that's the hottest candidate,
Listen,
and you're not. All y'all aren't getting him. You know, and that's the number one name to me. I think is Lane Kiffin. I don't see
oh yeah,
everybody moving on from
yeah.
coach like, yo, okay, what's the next step, right? Even with Penn State, every firing I think is like, I get it, but what's your next move? Because I don't know I don't know what Penn State's next move is. It's not an easy job. James Franklin brought them for some real dirt, real, real pits. You know,
The
um,
trenches.
yeah. Auburn's funky because see, Auburn just randomly made those 2 national championships. Well, the Cam Newton wasn't random. The Cam Newton that was epic. But that other national championship game, the Nick Marshall, the cornerback at quarterback national championship, that's where it got wonky. Because now they're like, well, we're a national championship program. Yeah, we did it before. We've done it twice. We've been in national championships. Like, yeah, but are you though? Like, are you really? And that's, you know, if Georgia's good, and Kirby Smart has that rolling the way it's supposed to be, and Alabama's Alabama, what
Hmm.
are you really? Because those are your two closest areas right there. Is Georgia and Alabama's in your state, right? Like, what are you really as a program? I don't think you're that. Um, Oklahoma State, that felt overdue. I think they want to do that for a while. That felt like it needed to happen already. I feel like
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
missing three. Who am I missing? Who else? Oh, Billy Napier. Look, man, I just don't see what advantage are you getting fired midseason? You're not, because no coach is leaving in the middle of the season to come there, right? Like, what are you actually
Right.
gaining
So
by doing this?
I think the thing that they were looking at is I think when they so granted they reaffirmed their commitment to Napier last year before they went on this little mini run,
Hmm.
right? But I think in the midst of that mini run, they recommitted themselves. The kid, like a bunch of the recruits, were like, "We want to. This is the coach we want to play for.
Yeah.
Don't let him walk. Don't get rid of him. Yada yada yada." And so they went on that little run. DJ Lagway looked like something, right? I don't want to say the future, but he looked like something.
I hope
And
they sit together. I really do. I feel bad for that kid.
man, but yeah, I think that's what it is. I think they did not want him to go on a run where he wins 3 of his last 4. four
Fair
of his
enough.
last
Yeah.
five,
Yeah.
and now you have to keep the guy, and it's just like, but he's not good,
Yeah.
right? Like he's had
Yeah.
he's had enough time to try to get his guys in there, and it's not working.
Right.
And you're right. I don't know who they listen. I saw someone say that I can't think of his name. Jerry Neuheisel, Rick
Hmm.
Neuheisel's son
Yeah.
at UCLA
UCLA. Yeah.
was like, well, he's a head coaching candidate. And I went, that man just put on a headset for the first time a month ago. What are
He's
you
also not the head
talking
coach.
about?
He's not the head coach.
He's not the head coach. He wasn't calling plays until a month ago. You want to make a man who wasn't now, granted, Marcus Freeman got elevated pretty quickly, right? He was defensive
Yeah.
coordinator for a couple of years at Cincinnati, went to Notre Dame, and then went from that 1 year at DC to head coach.
Hmm.
Well, you're talking about again, you're taking someone who looks like a child, no offense to Jerry.
He really
He
does.
looks like one of the student assistants, and you're going to take him from being a tight ends coach who didn't have a headset to offensive coordinator for a month to head coach is wild to me.
Yeah.
But
No.
you're right. I don't know. John Summerall at Tulane, he could probably name his price right now. With
Hmm.
LSU, Florida open, Arkansas open. I forgot about Sam
Oh
Pittman getting
yeah.
fired after Notre Dame beat the brakes off of him. The Arkansas job open. He's got his pick of he can Lane Kiffin is probably the first, like you said, the biggest name. John Summerall at Tulane is probably saying, hey, come holler at me. When you holler at the player when
Yeah.
you see him in the street, baby. You
Right.
know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He probably sent out a whole bunch of hey big head texts. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
like he's got his pick. He can do what he wants. And so I don't know what other names. If someone wants to take a shot on Brian Kelly, I personally wouldn't. We'll get into that in a little bit.
Yeah.
Jimbo, I've heard Jimbo Fisher. Heard his
Oh
name
no.
come.
No. No. Jimbo hasn't tried in a long time. Jimbo gave up a long
Listen,
time ago.
he got that check and said, "We set, baby. We
Yeah.
good. We ain't got to do,
Right. Right.
Mama. You ain't got to work no more. You ain't got to work no more, Mama. We good. We
For
we
real. He
good,
was
baby.
done. He was done.
Yeah.
I want to get your take on this. I had to start earlier. Obviously, I think some of the expectations is pushed by the NIL. Obviously, I think people are going to put it all there first because the idea of players getting paid means everything's wrong because players got paid. So that's going to be the first place they blame, right? Um, but I do think the money going into the program has a lot to do with it now. But money's always been going into these programs. It just went to facilities, right? Money's always been poured in. The booster forum has always been a thing. But do you think the social media pressure is elevating it too? Like, because everything's so online now that like there's so much of a wave against people that might be adding to it as well.
I'm going to say no because unless your boosters are online like that in that way,
Yeah,
if
yeah,
your boosters are not online, then I think you're good because
that's fair.
I mean, there's a whole board dedicated to message board geniuses or something like that. Like that's just
Yeah,
part and parcel of being a big name coach. Someone
yeah,
somewhere is mad at you because you
right.
didn't recruit, you didn't get a big enough name, maybe you lost this recruit or whatever. I do think it's the money, it's the NIL, right? Like
Mhm.
Brian Kelly talked about, we spent $18 million in NIL. And I think sometimes people look at that number and say, well, that's just free agency, right? But the thing
Yeah,
that is overlooked is that is a lot of that is retention, right? So
that's true. That's fair. Yeah, yeah,
Ohio State last year, right? A lot of that was yes, getting Quinshawn Judkins, yes, getting Will Howard, but that was keeping Jack Sawyer. It was keeping
hmm
JT Tuimoloau. It was keeping Trevion Henderson, right? It was keeping a lot of that intact. And so that's where a lot of your NIL money is being spent. The rest of it is kind of going on the fringes to fill in the holes that you need to make that roster. So
yeah,
when Brian Kelly says, well, I spent $18 million, two or three of that probably went to the quarterback, Garrett Nussmeier, right?
yeah.
And so, and then it starts to filter out amongst those other players. And so when you have that kind of dollar amount floating around, it's the same thing for Penn State. Penn State spent a lot of bread in NIL, but a lot of that was keeping Danny Dennis Sutton, keeping the running backs around, making sure that Drew Aller stuck around. And when that implodes, on top of them going and getting Jim Knowles up from Ohio State, when it all falls apart in that way, people are just not, they're not, when you're supposed to win and you don't, you're done. And to
Yeah.
me, the expectation for schools that are not Ohio State, Bama, Georgia should be, hey, if you're in contention for a playoff spot every year, that's good enough for me. Like
Right,
if you make it
right.
once every 3 to 4 years, To me, that should be good enough for most. I'm a Notre Dame fan. I have no expectation that they make the playoff every year.
Yeah.
But right now, the rankings are released. Right, Notre Dame is 10. I was shocked. They're ranked higher than
Oh,
Miami.
okay.
So right, they're 10. So in theory, if they went out, they should probably get in.
Yeah.
Let me see. Stuart Mandel from The Athletic has the full list. So Ohio State 1, Indiana 2, A&M 3, Bama 4, Georgia 5. He for some reason he didn't list number 6, so I don't know who number 6 is. But 7 and 8, BYU, Texas Tech.
Wow.
BYU, Texas Tech. 9 is Oregon, and 10 is Notre Dame.
Wow. Okay.
With Texas right on the outside looking in, but Texas again is if they win out, like they're going to be a playoff team.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
they have a top 10 win in their pocket already. Then they'll have a second top 10 win over A&M when they meet to close the season.
And they will have come a long way.
They would have come a long way. They come a long way. But I mean, I guess that's a great Texas is a great point to what we're talking about people having no patience. Now,
yeah,
people didn't do Texas any favors with all the hype. Feinbaum talking about he's the greatest thing since sliced bread, which Tebow is sliced bread. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
people, so when they struggle, but it does seem like Arch is turning a corner. He's playing a lot better. The last 2 weeks are the best football he's played this year. And so if he is going to come a tenth of meeting the hype and the expectations of him when he started the year, that's great for Texas.
Yeah.
And to me, for a first-time starting quarterback, regardless of whether his last name is Manning or not, making the playoffs in his first year is a great thing.
Absolutely.
And there's no reason let's just say they don't happen to make that leap into the top 12. To me, that's a great first season for your first year starting quarterback who's going to come back next year with a bunch of expectation, but still the roster matures a year. And here's the last thing I'll say about NAL to kind of tie everything back together. For the big time schools like Penn State, LSU, and the like, the portal is I don't mean this with any disrespect when I say this, but the kids you get out of the portal are quitters. They quit.
You're not wrong.
They quit, right? They could not cut it. They could not cut it where they were. And the school told them either on their own accord or the school said, we don't have a place for you. They were released or they quit. And so not every kid in the portal is good. Right. Sorry to tell you. And so Florida State is a great example of this. 2 years ago, they hit the portal heavy. It worked for them.
Yeah.
Those kids hit. They have not hit the last 2 years. And now his job is on the line. He might get fired at the end of the season.
They're trying to raise the funds at Florida State. Apparently, like, oh, why are you broke? When did you get broke?
Brokey. They ain't got the, you know what I'm saying? Like Dion, right? When you got Travis and you got your boy at QB, it masks a lot of flaws. But when you are building your team extensively out of the portal, you're getting a bunch of quitters, respectfully. And not every quitter is just in need of a situation in which to shine, in which to show their true worth. Some of these kids are not good. And so it is best on you. Granted, projecting if a teenager is going to be great in D1 football, to me, that's harder than NFL.
Right.
Personally. Right. But it is better to take the risk on high school kids because you can find some gems that you can develop versus taking some kid who left Ohio State and then he gets here and you go, oh, wait, so this is why Ohio State let you go. Okay, I see now. I understand now. Respectfully. So
it's interesting because like you got the kids that like the mid-level schools that go get the checks. Like, hey, like Caden Salter, right? Liberty. Like, hey, come on, let's give me this.
Started at Tennessee though. So he started at Tennessee.
Right. Tennessee then went to Liberty.
He started at Tennessee, but I don't think he could get the playing time. Then he went to Liberty, did his thing at Liberty, respectfully.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and he ends up at Colorado, and it's just like
that's the funny thing to me about it, right? Because I think the portals has to exist just because of the way coaching is now, right? The portal has to exist. But like I said, to your point, I do think it's like fascinating to see like a freshman kid be like, "Oh, I'm not getting playing time, I'm leaving." Brother, Give it a couple years. Fight for your spot.
Give it up.
You know, like fight. There's nothing wrong with giving it a couple years. It's always a better bet to give it a couple years. It just is, right? Like, see what happens. Now, if you get to your junior year, senior year, still out there, go get your money. Go get your moment, right? But you're a freshman. What are you expecting? No, you gotta go get that. You know?
You got to earn it and respect. And I respect a guy like Stetson Bennett, right? Stetson Bennett. Now, granted, it's not like Stetson Bennett had some place to go if he decided to leave. But he was, but listen, they tried to find other people to start over
Yeah,
him, and he ended up
they
he
did.
bided his time and he took the spot by force. And
Yeah.
if you're good enough in college, the cream ultimately will rise to the top. You will get your
Hmm.
opportunity. To me, the thing that they need to do, the NCAA needs to do is, and I think they're with the enactment of schools paying kids directly. I think they're trying to put this in place. But when you sign with the school, you sign a contract the same way a coach
Yeah.
signs a contract. To
Right.
me, college kids, when you sign to a school, it's a 2 year deal.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
2 year deal. And
As
if
it.
it doesn't, after the end of that 2 year deal, if you decide you don't want to be there anymore, then you can transfer, go to another school, then you sign another 2 year deal,
Hmm.
right? And so it because this is the real world. Like you don't get a
Right.
chance to just jump. Now, granted, the job market, if you go pro in something other than sports, then yeah, I guess you could job hop as much as you want. But
Yeah.
then it becomes
Yeah.
a red flag for you
Right.
at that point
Right.
if you
Companies look at
job
you
hop
different.
that much.
Companies look at you different if you do that, for sure.
Yes.
Yep.
So
Yep.
again, the only reason a kid should be allowed to leave a school is if their coach is fired,
Hmm.
retired, or takes another job someplace else. If that
Right.
happens, then yeah, jump in the portal, do what you need to do, right? Because the
For
person you
sure.
signed up to play for is no longer there. But if that
Right.
coach is there, then you need to be there. Show the commitment. You're locked in for 2 years. And like you said, if after your junior year, going into your junior year, you're being recruited over, you're not getting the playing time, by all means, man,
Yeah.
go find you a place to shine. I'm not against that. But just simply like you said, after your freshman year, oh man, they tripping. I'm out of here. Because to me, there are more, and granted, they're not talked about as much. There are more horror stories or more failures in the portal than there are success stories. As a
Agreed.
Notre Dame fan, I've seen kids leave again after their freshman year, after their junior, after their sophomore year,
Hmm.
go to other places, and it has not worked. There are very few. This year is the first year there have been like true success stories with
Yeah.
kids leaving Notre Dame, going to another spot, and getting true PT time, and then excelling. And they're linemen, right? Which linemen, I mean, there's always a need for those, and so you're always
Right.
going to get your shot. All the
Right.
skill position guys have either bounced around a second time to a different school and they're getting minimal playing time. And I hate that for them. Right. Like I
Right.
take no glee in that. I take no joy in that. I want to see you succeed, not only as a player, but because we're still talking about getting an education. I understand that that's the student athlete thing is dead essentially, but this college still represents an opportunity to change your life for generations through, if it's not through the education itself, through the connections. That is what can help propel you to something maybe greater than what your parents or your previous generation experienced. So yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, it's probably gonna change. They had to do it, but it's gonna have to do some kind of changing. I always wonder because I think the contract is a good idea. I always wonder, do these coaches want to commit to these kids
I think so.
for 2 years?
I think so.
Like,
I think they do. I
yeah.
think
I always remember
it's
Dion showing up on campus being like, "Hey, I might go ahead and jump in that portal." I'm like, "Hey, yo, you good?"
well, I mean, yeah. I mean, I knew that
He's an
was yeah.
exception, but still, Dion's an exception to everything. But yeah, yeah,
He's the exception. Yeah, yeah, he's the exception. But but I'll say this: I at least respect Dion being up front, right?
that's
I
true. That's very
respect
true.
him
That's
being
very
up
true.
front,
Yeah,
where and telling them. And I saw a clip from this year where he was like, "Look, we're going to put together a practice for all like the second, like the third or fourth string guys,
I thought that was
so that
awesome. I thought that was
you
awesome.
guys can
Yeah,
get some tape, some stuff on tape, and schools can look at that and try to evaluate you. You're
yeah,
likely not going to have an opportunity to play here, so if you decide to leave, you got something to take with you." And I do
yeah.
respect that. I
I thought
do
that was
respect
awesome.
him
Yeah,
doing that
yeah, for sure,
for
for
sure,
sure.
for sure. I don't think there's any. Well, speaking of, are they any good? So BYU and we can jump to the NFL after this. Um, BYU and Texas Tech play each other this weekend. Like that's a 7-8 matchup.
Oh, I see what they
And
did. I see what they did. Okay, I got you. All right, I see what's going on.
what you mean?
They want that ranking matchup, make it seem like a big game, make it seem important. 7. Okay, got you.
So I mean, look, I think BYU's undefeated.
What are they?
Hold on. If they're not undefeated, they got
That makes sense.
listen.
They had to be undefeated to be in the top 10. There's no way BYU getting top 10 without being undefeated.
Well,
I know
Texas Tech
Texas
is
Tech
like
is good.
seven
I've
and
heard
one.
Texas Tech is good. I've heard about Texas Tech. I didn't know BYU was out here behaving in this manner. I was unaware of this.
Undefeated, undefeated,
Wow.
undefeated. Yeah,
Okay.
they take on
Who's
Texas
Texas
Tech.
Tech? Who beat Texas Tech? Somebody beat Texas Tech, right?
It wasn't Houston, Cincinnati, I think.
I think that's right. I think that's right. Yeah, yeah. That's
It was Arizona State, actually. Arizona State.
Oh, okay, okay. All right, then. That's a
Yeah,
loss, right? That's a loss for sure. Top 10, huh?
yeah,
The Arizona State
yeah.
loss. All right, hey.
Well, I think Arizona State also lost their quarterback. They lost Sam Levitt for the year
Oh,
to
that makes
injury.
sense. That makes sense. Where was Sam
Yeah,
Levitt at? He wasn't at Arizona. Where was he at before then?
Michigan
That
State,
name
I
sounds
believe.
familiar.
I'm gonna double check myself, but I believe it was Michigan State.
Sounds right. He got ran out of Michigan State. He
Yep,
got ran.
he
He got
previously
ran.
played for the. I don't think he was getting this again. He was a young man who I don't think was getting playing time at Michigan State, and so he decided to leave.
He got
Yep,
ran
and
out the block at
his
Michigan
long
State.
season at Michigan State in 2023, he appeared in 4 games, completed 15 to 23 passes, but he was a freshman. Again, to your point, right? He was a
Yeah, yeah.
freshman, transferred to Arizona State, but again, in his first year, he was the starting quarterback, though. So
See, that's one where it's like, brother, you're starting first year at Michigan State. If you can't beat somebody at Michigan State by year 3, bro, we got other issues. We got other things to talk about, big dog. We got other concerns. You can't get a job. If you can't beat somebody out of Michigan State, bro. We got to have another
hold on. Let
conversation.
me see if I can figure out who the quarterback was at Michigan State.
It wasn't Kirk Cousins, so he should have the job.
Oh my goodness. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. I don't know if they have the depth chart. Somebody named Noah Kim was a starter.
All right then. All right, Sammy.
Noah Kim still in college football, by the way.
Oh, yeah,
Uh,
these COVID. I don't like what COVID did to college football. We're never gonna talk about this. Every time I look, I'm like, oh, he's a six. I saw a 6-year kicker the other day. I said a 6-year kicker. A
go get a
kicker.
job, young man. Go
Yeah,
get a job.
it's time you do something else. It's time you go pro on something other than sports. That's what it's time for you to do.
Respectfully to Diego Pavia, who I think at one point was still trying to petition
Yeah,
for extra years.
I saw
It's
that.
like, hey, young man, young man,
Go
young
live
man,
your life, bro.
go get a job.
Please, it's time for you
Get
to
a
go start
job. Go
something.
get a job.
Like it's
Yeah,
enough is
yeah,
enough.
yeah. All right. Anything else you want to say about college football
I don't
before
think
we
so.
jump?
I think we're good. We're good on that. That was fun.
All right, man. Y'all let us know what y'all think about college football. I have no I'm this is gonna be my first time, by the way, watching BYU and Texas Tech play football. I have not had a
Me
reason to
too.
watch them prior to today.
Me
So
too.
I'm hopefully it's gonna be a good matchup. But anyway, let us know what y'all think about college football at Brains and Bars, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Let's jump into the NFL real quick.
Let's do
So
it.
NFL, we had trade deadline day. Your team was very busy
We were. We were.
making deals left and right. Trader Bob out here. So I guess I'll start by asking you, um, what do you think about the deals that your guy Howie Roseman made?
Um, I wasn't too familiar with the cornerback. I forgot his name. From the Jets, I think is who it's from. I forget his name.
Yeah,
Not
it
the
was
Jets.
it was.
Um, is
I
it the
thought it
Jets?
was.
No, it was the Jets. It was the Jets. Yeah, I'm not too familiar with him, but I know people said he had some ups and downs. But I'm not mad at anybody adding to that rotation of cornerbacks, cool. Perfect. Just throw somebody out there, bro. Give it a chance. They're not high picks. They're all like these are low risk, high reward kind of moves that Howie made. Like nothing super
Hmm.
swinging for the fences, just like real low risk moves. I saw Jair Alexander, and I said he'll be a nice teacher to the vets. He'll be a nice vet for the young guys. So it's good. I like that. I get a bet in the locker room like Jair Alexander because I'm like, yo, if the Ravens had him for the low and traded him in the same year, I'm like, oh, it's over. It's kind of done there. Understood. But yeah, I still like the idea of having a vet like that to teach, talk to Quinion, talk to Cooper DeJean. I think that's a wealth of knowledge you could have on your team right there with Jair. The Jalen Phillips move, more excited about that. Super, super into that trade. I know people are saying he's a good pass rusher, but he's not good at finishing. But hey, Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis are over there, so hey, just throw the quarterback off a little bit. will be fine. And shout out to him for still making it after Achilles tear too, because I was very sad for him when it happened. I like Jalen Phillips' move a lot. I think this pass rush did need some help, especially when your secondary is not like that. You kind of need that kind of pass rush to throw the offenses off a little bit. And Vic Fangio wanted him, and Vic wants him because Vic, the Miami Dolphins didn't like they let fire Vic. He coached too hard. So
Mm-hmm.
and if
Mm-hmm.
there's somebody from that he likes, I'm like, hey, okay, cool. You like him, Vic? I love him. Cool. Vic, because they said Vic specifically wanted him. That's why how he made the trade. So fair enough. I still think the best move is the Tank Bigsby move. Now that he's off kickoffs and can actually run the football, they got him off kick returns. Nice,
Okay. Yeah.
um, that
Yeah.
move's been great. But yeah, I like what's been done. I like what they've done so far. Like I said, they're all low risk. There's nothing, no first rounders, no second rounders, third round picks, and apparently in a fifth round. And if Jalen Phillips leaves this offseason, they can get a comp pick off that. So hey, cool. I'll take it.
So I would like to take the moment here to
Mhm.
contrast Howie Roseman and Brett Veach. So
Mhm.
those of you who do not know, Howie Roseman is the GM of the Eagles. Brett Veach is the GM of the Cowboys, the Chiefs. Excuse me.
Yes.
So they did not make a move at the trade deadline. They did not acquire anybody. There are glaring needs on the defensive line, both on the interior and outside. People have been crying for a running back for months. Clyde Edwards-Helaire got a couple of carries on Sunday afternoon.
Hmm.
I
How'd they go?
had to ask yeah, it did
Oh.
not go well at
Oh.
all. I have to wonder have they amputated Elijah Mitchell's legs? Is that why he was not elevated and why Clyde was elevated over him? Is he no longer able to walk, run? You signed him in the offseason for 1 year, $3 million. I just would like to know, is there something is there an investigation pending that we don't know about in which
The
why he
FBI,
can't
the
get it?
FBI's coming.
Man, was he playing poker with Chauncey Billups? Can please help me I don't understand. I don't understand why he's not getting the opportunity to run the ball. And he did nothing. And my Chiefs fan friends, they're all like, "Oh man, the league hates us. They hate us, man. They just don't want to do. They don't want to work with us." And I think there is some truth to that. I do think there is some truth of this team is on top and they don't want to help them. However, Howie Roseman and the Eagles are not some happy-go-lucky organization that is
Right.
just, that just somehow came into a bunch of money and now everybody loves them. Like they're just the feel-good story of the league. Um, and so this idea that the Eagles are just, yeah, it's a nice story, right? Like that
Right.
people.
Right.
I just want to they got just this weekend, right? The last like 5 days, they got Jalen Phillips, Jair Alexander, Michael Carter II. They traded John Mechie, who they got earlier this year. They traded for Tank Bigsby. I think Jacorian Bennett.
Yep. Yep. That happened. Hmm.
Like, there's like 6 trades here. You cannot tell me that it is simply that you are just such the envy of the league, Chiefs fans, that you can't, everybody has a price. Allegedly, the Browns were talking to them about Myles Garrett. So wait, let's get this straight. The defending Super Bowl champions were in talks to get Myles freaking Garrett. But you're telling me you couldn't get Bradley Chubb?
Right.
You
From a
you
team that's
telling me
fire
you
on a fire sale, by the way.
You telling me that you couldn't go get that you couldn't make that offer to go get Jalen Phillips from Miami? That's what you're telling me? The Niners went and got I'm blanking on his name. Keon White from the Patriots. Like y'all got history. So I just don't listen, and I want to be clear here. Brett Veach, because of the success, has earned the benefit of the doubt.
Right.
And I am willing to give him the benefit of the doubt,
Hmm.
despite the glaring holes. But don't sell this story to me of where they hate us because they ain't us.
Right.
Nah, bruh.
Right.
Not either. Brett Veach and Clark Hunt have done something to make it's deeper than rap. And y'all done made the wrong enemies beyond just the score of a football game and some championships, or
Hmm.
Brett Veach is is so there was an article. I want to make this connection real quick. Shout out to Seth Kaiser. He writes an article called Chiefs in the North. He writes about the Chiefs on Substack. I've been a subscriber for probably like 6 years now.
Yeah.
He talked about what went wrong in the game against the Bills on Sunday. And his final point of what went wrong was arrogance.
Wow.
That you thought that you could go in here with your game plan and execute it to a T, and that there was nothing they could do to stop you. And when you found out that it wasn't working, you didn't have a second move. You didn't have a pivot to go to. Some of this with the Chiefs, especially when it comes to certain positions, in particular the running back, it's arrogance, in my opinion. You guys have won the NFC West like 10 years in a row. Your worst finish in any season in Patrick Mahomes has been the AFC title game. You've been to 3 Super Bowls in a row, 4 of the last 5, or like 5 of the last 6 or something like that.
Yeah.
It is arrogance to think that, well, we got 15, we got 87, we got 95, we got all we need. And I'm guys, respectfully, that's great, but it's still a team sport.
Yeah.
You needed help at the run. And I get it. I think they said that they offered the Jets a 4th-round pick and they wanted a third for
Breece Hall.
For Breece. And so I won't elaborate on why I thought that was a smart move not to give up the 3rd-round pick for Breece.
Okay.
But man, you at least got to call and say, hey man, what y'all got on Quinnen Williams? Maybe they come back and give you a number that's too high. Right? What's up with Jermaine Johnson? What's up with Will McDonald the 4th, who was on that team?
Yeah.
You got to make you needed help on the defensive line badly. And with that, I'll get off my high horse about the Chiefs. But it ain't just hate, y'all. Some of this is, I think, it's arrogance from that front office and the organization, thinking that we got the guys we need in the building. And look, maybe they prove us wrong again and they make it to another AFC title game or another Super Bowl. Maybe. But speaking of the Jets, they hit a lick. They hit several licks today.
They really did.
They really did.
I don't like who they chose to use for the lick option. I'm highly upset that they engaged with that evil team in Dallas. Did not like that. You know, it's funny. This morning I tweeted. I don't know if you're not in Eagles Twitter. One of these Cowboys fans says, "I'm like, I'd rather be a Cowboys fan and watch this fun offense and be 3-3-1 with this fun offense because we're fun to watch than be an Eagles fan." So we've all been having fun with the fun to watch thing about him. And I was like, I said, yo, I don't know why we're so mad at fun to watch. I love watching the Cowboys this year. It is fun to watch. He's right. It's so much fun to watch. And then I was at work and I logged into my I just checked YouTube real quick. And I saw Mina Conley deal like Sauce Gardner to the Colts. Like Sauce Gardner to the Colts, what? And then I was like, listen, let me go to Twitter and I see Quinnen Williams to the Cowboys. I'm like, oh no, why'd you do that? But yeah, they're giving up, huh? And I won't say give it. Well, they're giving up on this season.
They're giving up on this season for sure.
Yeah, they're planning for the future. I am curious about this. Is Aaron Glenn in that vision of the future? That's what I'm curious about.
So to me, and I haven't done the research on this but I think the comparison is they're trying to do what the Lions did, right? When they traded Stafford.
Right.
When they traded Stafford, they got a bevy of picks. Mm-hmm. And then those picks, I want to say, ended up becoming like Jack Campbell, Jahmyr Gibbs, right? Like they nailed it, right?
Yeah.
And so I think that what they are trying to do is recreate that, right? They have 4 first-round picks this year coming up in the draft. Yeah. 4 first-round picks. I think they pick up a second from Dallas. They took a couple of reclamation projects. I am still somewhat a believer in A.D. Mitchell, not so much in Mozzie Smith. But I think A.D. Mitchell just needed to change the scenery. And so I think they're giving Aaron Glenn every opportunity to be successful because he's going to get at least they're probably going to get a quarterback, right? Because they're going to be probably a top 3, top 5 pick in the draft. So they're probably going to go and get their quarterback, which is going to be Ty Simpson, Fernando Mendoza, most likely. Good luck.
Yeah. Right.
And that's not an analysis on those gentlemen. I'm just saying good luck. But he's going to get every opportunity to be the guy. And I like the fact that they went Danny Ainge with it, right? They hit a couple of licks. And so they said, 2 firsts for Sauce, a first and a second for Quinnen. Yeah, Casey, I need a third. I'm
Yeah,
feeling good right now.
I'm
Like
not mad.
at that point,
I'm not mad at
you're
it.
playing with house money because I
Right,
do think what some of these teams do. I think Carolina is an example of this. You give away all your best players,
right.
but now you're still you go get your quarterback, but you just brought your quarterback into an even worse situation. So now you just set yourself back another 2 to 3 years because now you have to hope that the talent pans out, hope that it is
Mhm.
as good as the players you gave away. And now you're waiting. So I do like the fact that they kept to some of that young talent because if they do go get a quarterback and he's decent, and if two of those four first round draft picks hit, you're talking about now you might be a 5-1 team, right? And you're on that Lions trajectory, right?
Right.
Now you got. I mean, I didn't know. I looked at Sauce Gardner's deal. The cap hits are minimal for them. So
Yeah,
I
I saw
mean,
that. I said, oh, that's not bad at all. Because he signed
yeah,
a really big deal, but the guys be like 11 and 10. Like, hey, that's affordable. It's affordable for sure.
right. So I mean, it allows you to have the cap flexibility to go and spend around whoever your quarterback of the future is. And now, like I said, you can accelerate this thing. So I do think that at least for the next 2 to 3 years, granted that they aren't disasters,
Yeah.
I think Aaron Glenn is on some solid footing to really build something in New York that could be substantial given all the capital they acquired. So yeah,
Yeah.
man, I love that for them that they are trying. And the last thing I want to pivot real quick to the Colts,
Mhm.
who made the trade for Sauce Gardner, giving up the two first round picks for him.
Yeah.
And the consensus was, well, do you know who your quarterback is? Why would you do this? This is stupid that you would give up this amount of draft capital for a team where your quarterback is Daniel Jones. Now, I just want to start with here's my analysis of that. Shout out to Carly. I think her name is Carly Ursay Gordon. I think is her name. She
Yeah.
took
Yeah.
over the team after the
Yeah.
death of her father. And if I don't know if you guys have been watching, but Carly has been on the sideline at games
I
and
like
she's had
Carly.
a headset on. Yeah,
Mhm.
I rock with it. And she said that he wanted to listen to the play call. She's trying to get an understanding of the game, which I
Mhm.
respect that.
Right.
But she's like, I'm listening to the headset and listen to what's happening in the game because it's helping me to learn. But also, when something goes wrong, I want to know, was it the players who messed up or was it the coaches? And I gotta say,
Right.
not that's if I'm a coach, that's not the
I'm scared.
greatest thing to. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah,
scared.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And so if I'm Chris Ballard, and I've been on the hot seat a little bit, I've gotten the quarterback position wrong several times.
Yeah.
After Andrew Luck abruptly retired. And now my team is what 6-2, one of the top two records in the AFC, or top three, because I think there's a three-way tie at the top.
Mhm.
There's nobody that I fear. And I got my owner listening to the headset of the coaches to see who's at fault. I need to look busy. I, I
I
gotta
love
look
that take.
busy.
I love that take. I love that
Yeah, yeah,
take.
yeah, yeah. I gotta look
Yeah.
like I'm doing something around here. And
Yeah.
so yeah, we gonna trade them picks because I might not be here in 2 years, in 3 years when we get another first round draft pick.
That's a
So I need
fantastic take, actually. I like that approach.
yeah,
Like, I gotta do something. It's the trade
I gotta
deadline.
do something.
He
I gotta
knows
do
something gotta
something.
happen.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's a great point.
Yeah, because she asked me, well, the coaching staff seems to be on their job, but
Yeah.
we could have used another
Who
cornerback. What
you
happened?
who you called today? Have you made a call?
Hmm? Hmm? Yeah, 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 yeah.
That's a
Yeah, who?
great take.
Yeah, who?
Uh,
Yeah. So yeah, I need to look busy out here. So yeah, I'm gonna make sure that I go all in on the defensive side of the ball and go get this cornerback because you have Travarius Ward on one side, who's an All Pro, Sauce
mhm.
Gardner, All Pro on the other side. Good safeties, Kenny Moore, Cameron Bynum. You got DeForest Buckner, Leatu Lock. Like they have something on that defense,
Absolutely.
and you don't need Daniel Jones to be a savior. You just need Daniel
Right.
Jones not to screw it up. And to be fair to him, he's played. This is the best football he's ever played, even better than that one
Right.
year with the Giants where they made the playoffs.
1000%.
So, yeah, I'm going to go all in to get cornerbacks who can stop the passing attack because it is a passing league. The only running team in the AFC that I need to be worried about, two, the Ravens and the Bills, right? Those are the only two teams with rushing attacks I really need to be afraid of. Everybody else is going to be looking to pass. I'm going to lock that down and hope that my front seven can handle the rest.
Yeah,
So I again, I understand it's a high risk maneuver. I rock with that.
it's
I
worth it.
rock
It's
with what
worth
they're
it.
doing and taking the risk and taking the swing.
If you can get an all-pro corner and you feel like your team's in a position to do something, you go do it every single time. Every single time. I don't care. You go get that corner because that changes so much. That changes so much. Even if he's not the guy he was when he first came into the league, he's still good. It's not like he's just not good anymore, right? He's still a good cornerback. So I think that addition is incredible for me. I think to your point, I looked at it, I said, damn, it feels like a lot for them. I'm like, yo, like I'm sitting there like, yo, y'all got Daniel Jones. I'm like, you know what? They gotta believe in Daniel Jones. What else they gonna do? What they gonna do? I talked to my friend's a Colts fan. I talked to him the other day. I was like, y'all not gonna like give Daniel Jones some like big crazy contract, right? He's like, bro, what else we gonna do? I'm like, what do you mean? I was like, but you can't give him like the big man. He's like, listen, bro, we can't change quarterbacks again. Like we cannot change quarterbacks again. I'm like, all right, yeah, I guess they can't. I guess they are kind of stuck. And I think it is a thing where, like I said, I'm not believing in Daniel Jones because I think Shane Steichen is just, I think he's great. I think he's great. I think he knows how to get people open. I think he knows how to like just to go. He's one of these offensive guys that can just, I'm gonna draw people. People are gonna be open when I call this play. Understand that, run the play, right? He's one of those guys. I think the quest for Daniel Jones is gonna be when it gets tight, what's gonna happen. 'Cause I think Kevin O'Connell's one of those guys too. And we saw that win with Sam Darnold last year when it got hectic, right? It's like, okay, you're not that guy. But like I said, the AFC is not that scary over there right now. It's really not. Everybody is flawed to some extent. Not even just the AFC. Across the league, everybody's flawed to some extent, right? But the AFC right now is like, yo, you this with this record, and you're in the AFC South, you're gonna get a home playoff game. Fair, you're gonna get one. Hell, if you finish the season out right, you might mess around and get the bye week and only got to win one game because of the conference championship. And you got to make the move. Make the move. You know, Daniel Jones, like I said, he's not going to do too much. And maybe in the playoffs, it falls apart, right? But
Maybe.
say it falls apart. Guess what? We find out if we have to find a new quarterback, guess who we got? Sauce Gardner's over on the other side, guys. The defense is good. We can figure this offense out. This defense is taken care of, right? Like that's the advantage you have there. I like what they did personally. I think it's a great move. I feel bad for Adam
Absolutely.
because he's only gonna be remembered for that incident in the Rams game. Don't remember for
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And you know
Yeah.
what's funny to me? That they're gonna blame him for that, as if they didn't specifically lose that game because they had 10 people on the field and the Rams went for 100 yards immediately. Like it was 10 people on the field, guys, on defense at the end of the game. That's bad. That's not good.
Well, I guess my thing is this. It's so wild to me that this just happened to you last year with Jonathan Taylor, right? Jonathan
Right.
Taylor drops the football before the goal line, and
Oh
just
yeah,
to
he
have
did
it,
do that. Yeah.
like it's just wild that it happened, like of all the
Yeah.
teams for it to happen to again the
Right.
very next year. So yeah, I like I said, I still semi believe in AD Mitchell. I just think maybe he
Same.
needed a change of scenery.
Yeah. It was fine.
Now, mind you, we're gonna send one up for Justin Fields and hope that he can get himself together. But if he ever can, like I don't know. But yeah, I like the move that they made. Speaking of Sam Darnold, by the way,
Yes. I,
I mean, listen,
I
I
can't
don't know
believe
what to
this is
say.
happening. I can't believe this is happening.
You want to talk
It's
about getting a job? So you
mad.
talk about who's the next who were the coaching candidates. Clint Kubiak has got to be sitting in his office counting the money because
Right.
somebody's going to give him a job.
Right.
Um, I don't know. Has anybody been fired yet? Well, the Titans, I guess. So the Titans job is going to be opening up. That's got to be he's got to be already looking at houses in Nashville, in the greater Nashville area. I don't
And
know
Clint
who
is
else you
funny
call.
because Clint was he Houston's offensive coordinator? No, I'm sorry, that wasn't him. That was somebody else.
No, that
That
was
was somebody
slow.
else.
That was slow. So
Slow,
he
yeah, Bobby
was
Slow, the fastest head coach, the fastest hot candidate to nothing ever. That was quick.
yeah, sometimes you want to slow play it, and it's just slow playing
Not a
is
good move.
not
It's
the
not
best
doing
move.
it at all.
Not the best move.
Yeah, Clint
Um,
Kubiak he's cooking. Mike McDonald, man, that's a good coach. He's got it, and
yeah.
like I don't we talked about this before probably, but like the biggest move as a head coach is those coordinators who you get in that room with you. They can make or break you. he got one for him because Mike McDonald's got the defense on lock, of course. That's what he does. But to get a Clint Kubiak next to you, excellent. And the Seahawks just drafted. They drafted so well. They've drafted so well up there for years. And then, like I said, Sam Darnold, I can't believe this is happening. It's so funny that everybody's like, man, look what the Jets did with Sam Darnold back from like the Jets and the Browns. Like, bro, they left there, went to the Panthers together, and the Panthers like, yo, we don't want either one of y'all. We're good. Right? It took a minute,
Man,
but somehow they're
it
both
took a
here. Here they are.
slow cooking, slow cooked it,
It
man. And
is.
they came, yeah. And again, I need to see him in the playoffs,
Yeah.
respectfully. I'm happy for your success in the regular season. But yeah, we need, but again, like you said, with that defense, and they made a trade to get with Rashid
Rashid
Shaheed,
Shaheed. Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Can I
So to help them open up their passing game. Yes, sir.
can I say a confession?
What's that?
The team I'm most afraid of is the Seahawks.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Listen,
We have not beaten the Seattle Seahawks since Russell Wilson was drafted. Like, do you understand how far this goes back? We have not beaten them since Russell Wilson was drafted. It hasn't happened. We lost to what's my man's name? The guy that was rapping put on for the Broncos quarterback. What was his
oh,
name?
Drew Lock.
We lost to Drew Lock on Monday Night Football.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That's when it was falling apart. It
Yeah,
was imploding.
that's the Patricia game. Yeah, when Patricia showed up to fix things. Yeah, like that's how bad it is with the Seahawks. Like they just find ways to beat us. I'm terrified of them. I want nothing to do with them in the playoffs. Do something about it, please. San Francisco, do something. I'm begging
Oh
you.
no, we're done. We're done. We're listen. He's
Is Brock
not going
is
to
Brock
win.
is he out for the year or what's up with him?
Um, it's a turf toe injury, and so
Oh,
you know
okay,
the
okay. I
yeah. So
got you.
like
I didn't know. Okay,
they said, if he comes back, right, like he's not gonna. I think they should shut him down for the year.
I agree. I
Just
agree. Don't play with that.
I ain't gonna hold you. I don't know if I told you this. I know I
Mm.
told somebody, but I'm gonna put that out here. In the off season, Clint Kubiak, maybe let's just say he don't get the uh the Titans job. Let's just say
Yeah,
he goes to Miami. No,
yeah.
that's not a good. That's not a good. That's not because there's a quarterback there. Who's a team that's probably going to fire their coach that needs a quarterback? Let me see. I'm trying to make the let's just scratch that. I don't want
Yeah.
to waste time
Okay.
on that.
Okay. Yeah.
There's somewhere a Kyle Shanahan or Sean McVay disciple is going to become an offensive coordinator for a team that needs a quarterback.
Hmm.
And John Lynch and Kyle should get on the phone with that team and say, "Hey, I got the guy just for you. He's a Super Bowl. He started a Super Bowl for us. When healthy, he's made it as far as he's never lost in the playoffs before an NFC title game.
That is true.
His deal is it's a little pricey, but it's a manageable deal. And after 2 years, if it doesn't work, you can get him out of there. Yeah, 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 yeah. Brock. Yeah, 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 yeah.
you're off.
Yeah.
You're off it.
So listen, I was with it when he was a little bit cheaper,
Yeah.
respectfully.
Yeah. I feel that.
And the fact that Mac Jones has come in and look, Mac Jones is cooking with Sky Moore at wide. He's
Nobody
cooking
does that.
with MVS. Marquez Valdez Scantling was catching passes from him. He was cooking with someone named Jake Tonges at tight end,
That's not one
right?
of MFCs.
No, no,
No.
no. That's what I'm saying. Like he was cooking with nobodies
Yeah.
at wide receiver. One of the best games Kyle Shanahan has ever called in his life was the first Rams game
Hmm.
where Mac was cooking. He's on a team friendly deal. They locked him up for 2 years. I think that was the mistake they made
Oh. Okay.
that was the mistake they made with Sam. It was only a 1 year deal. This
Yeah.
was a
Yeah.
2 year
Yeah.
deal. I would be calling any quarterback needy team and saying, "Hey, I got Fernando Mendoza. You don't. Why would you do that? You don't know if that's the guy for you. He's not proven in this league. He went to Indiana, for God's sake. What do we know about Fernando Mendoza for real?" You don't want to I get Ty Simpson win the Bama. Do you really want to trust your team with a quarterback named Ty? Not Tyler, not Tyrone,
Just
not
Ty.
Tyrell, just Ty. No, no. We got
For
Brock.
Reese
Brock is
Fisher.
a strong name. That's a manly name. That's a leader of men, Brock Purdy. That's what you need.
Anytime he throws, well, he's not afraid of anything. He'll make any pass.
He
Any of them. All the passes.
they down there somewhere.
I I'm so fascinated by that because I think similar. Like I'm like Brock being hurt. Like you, I'm sorry. In fact, you make too much money to be hurt, bro. Like respect. Like the contract is not conducive to you being injured. And I feel like he's kind of missed games every year, right? Like a couple at least, right? About every season, has he? Or am I
No,
tripping?
I think he was helped. He might have missed one game the year they went to the Super Bowl with the
Okay,
injury.
okay.
I think last year, just the team, the offensive in particular, offense was just too banged up.
Yeah,
Let me, let me,
yeah.
let me. Now you got me looking at that. I can't remember
I
how
should. I don't
last
know.
season.
Yeah.
Once I knew the season was cooked, I stopped paying attention to them. Like I watched
I
the games,
understand.
but I wasn't locked in on
The,
the outcome. I was
the,
actually rooting for them to lose so they could get a better draft pick. To be honest
yeah,
with you.
the Fred Warner injury hurt me. That hurt me personally. I love
Mm.
Fred. I'm like, not Fred, bro. Not Fred.
Man, they first round draft pick just tore his ACL and
I
he's
saw
done for the
that.
year.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
rough.
he missed a few games last year. So he started
Okay.
15 out of 17. But so I mean he's been relatively healthy, right? He's been relatively healthy. But
Okay.
yeah, man,
Yeah.
like I would definitely try to
Yeah.
move off of him and let Mac Jones cook one more year. And if he does his thing, then you can give him a little modest raise. You don't have to give him
Mm-hmm.
$50 million. You can give him a modest raise. Otherwise, you go back into the quarterback market and find your guy. Right? That's how I would be trying to play that.
I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it at all. It's crazy how. Well, I guess it's not really fast San Francisco, right? I think I think we misunderstand how fast windows are, right? So for San Francisco, to me, that was an extended window. That wasn't a short window at all in the NFL. That was about 8 years, maybe
So I can't say that because
5 or 6.
He never had his quarterback, right? So Kyle showed
Right,
up. He his first real shot at it was Well, it was Jimmy,
right.
right? Jimmy got him to a Super Bowl, but Jimmy was hurt and he wasn't good.
He didn't trust Jimmy.
Then he swung for Trey Lance. That didn't work. He lucked into Brock.
Yeah,
So the thing is that when they're healthy, they make Super Bowl runs. The
right.
problem is that they're never healthy. Like
Yeah.
this team has been consistently one of the most injured teams in the league, and so it is hard to. The window has been like ajar, right? Like it was
Mm-hmm.
in the years where
That's
they
fair.
make the deep runs is wide open, but for the most part, it's been a jar, and it's not closed all the way yet, right? Like because
Mm-hmm.
I still think that Brock, when healthy, can be a competent. I can't hate on the
Yeah,
guy
yeah,
completely. He
yeah.
has his flaws. He's not perfect, but when healthy, when he's got the talent around him, he's been able to make it happen. And so I can't hate on that. I think at that price tag
It's a
and the
big
fact
number.
that he is limited.
Yeah.
And look, Mac Jones is limited. Mac Jones is not a mobile guy, and he's dealing with like lower leg injuries now.
Mm,
Um, but Mac is a little bit taller, can stand in the pocket, can see, and again,
yeah.
he can. If you are a competent quarterback, you can thrive in a Kyle Shanahan offense.
Thousand
God
percent.
forbid
One
he
thousand
ever
percent.
got Lamar Jackson or Patrick. If he got that level of quarterback,
Yeah.
we done blew the windows out.
Yeah. No, it's
If
bad.
if he gets that level of quarterback, then it changes everything for him.
If they
So
drafted Patrick Mahomes, they might have 6. Like I'm so they might. He might have messed around and gone 6 for 6. Something viable would
and
have happened if he got Patrick Mahomes. Very,
man,
very
man, and I
viable.
mean, I know he gets a lot of flack for not drafting Patrick Mahomes, but we didn't know it was
Nobody,
gonna be
nobody,
this.
nobody did. And
Like
I think outside of the 49ers, trying to think who was in that draft. No, just them in this. I don't think
Deshaun
anyone else.
Watson,
Yeah,
Deshaun Watson went in that draft.
but yeah. I don't think anyone else would have helped Mahomes become who he was. Because I think people forget the reason Mahomes went low is because you're like, yo, he's talented. He's a little bit reckless. right? Like he's extremely reckless. Like if he went to the Bears would they wouldn't do anything with Patrick Mahomes. They wouldn't
I
do anything
forgot
with
that's
Patrick Mahomes in
Trubisky.
Chicago.
That's
Yeah,
Trubisky. Yeah, that's your Trubisky
yeah,
draft too.
yeah. They wouldn't have done anything. The Bears wouldn't have done anything with Patrick Mahomes. Let's be honest. They would have just ruined him.
They
It
would have
wouldn't have
found
been
a way
good.
to screw it up.
Yeah,
They
like
would
it
have
wouldn't
found
have
a way to
worked.
screw it up.
It wouldn't have worked. He would have been like a super talented guy we all knew was talented and just never put it together. That's what it would have been, right? But if he went to San Francisco, we're done. Pack it up. Pack it up, bro. We're it's a wrap. Let's just let it go. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think I come around on Brady a little bit because I'm like, okay, the thing with Jimmy was he wasn't good, basically, right? Like,
Mm-mm,
Jimmy just wasn't
mm-mm,
good.
mm-mm.
He can make plays, but anytime your quarterback, it's not running because it was working. It was running because like, hey man, I don't want you to throw this ball in this playoff game anymore. You just throw a pick. I don't want you throwing the football ever again in this game, right? Like just ran the ball.
Listen,
Like, I don't trust you to throw the ball anymore. Um that and Brock doesn't have that like I think like I said Brock is limited, but I think Brock does enough off schedule things to where Kyle it probably frustrates Kyle, but it also means he doesn't have to be babied as much. Right. So I think that's
yes,
why Brock works. Because Brock's gonna go out there and do some stuff. It's gonna be stupid sometimes, sometimes it's gonna be great. But Brock is going to do the off schedule things that I think those super detailed coordinators need. It's why I think Stafford and McVay work together
McVay.
so well
Yeah,
because Stafford can do the off schedule things that McVay like maybe not have saw in his genius football brain, right? Where Jared Goff wasn't gonna do it. Jared Goff's gonna you call me play, I'm run the play. Cool. We'll go from there, right? There's nothing extraordinary that's gonna come out of that, right? And I think that's what Brock had that ability. It's just he's 6 feet and sometimes he's just too small. that
yes, yes,
that matters. That
yes,
matters.
yeah, for sure. And the thing is, like you said, like Jimmy, he's like the employee who basically can do one thing.
Right.
They do one thing, they do it okay, and you can never ask them to do anything outside that one thing or it
Yes.
fries their brain, right?
Yes.
Brock, like you said, Brock can show a little bit of versatility, right? He can multitask. He can do several things at once. Now, sometimes he tries to do a little bit too much, and
Right.
that's where he gets in trouble,
Right.
right? But if you tell Brock, okay, when you hit your back foot, Brandon Ayuk is going to be running towards this spot. You throw the ball there. The ball will meet him there. Good,
Mhm.
cool, right? But sometimes though, it'll be like, okay, he's running to this spot. However, there are three guys, three defenders waiting in that spot. Don't
Right.
do, and he goes, oh no, 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 I believe in BA. I believe in him. He got it. And it's like, no, no,
Right,
no.
right,
I
right,
I
right.
understand that you trust him, but those other guys are good on the other side too, and they can catch.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
no, we don't. There's on the other side of the field, there's a better matchup for you.
Right.
Just take that, right?
Yeah.
And so that's the thing with Brock is that sometimes he believes a little bit too much in his
Mhm.
ability to get the ball to a spot or to get it by a defender, and that's what gets him in trouble. But we'll see, we'll see. Last thing, because I'm gonna get out here because we're at an hour and
Yes.
a
Yeah.
half. We could
Right.
we'll talk
Every
forever
time.
if we do it. NBA 2 weeks into the season.
Yes.
I wanna say this, and please forgive me for making this joke, but I'm going to make it anyway. If any American basketball player helps Victor Wembanyama be better at basketball, they need to be arrested. They need to be arrested. Like I understand that in this political climate, that's probably not the joke to make right now. But he's 7'7" already. He's already got all the advantages he needs. He can go to YouTube and watch how to do the dream shake. He can go watch the N1 mixtape, learn from hot sauce that way. Y'all don't help that man no more. We got the Olympics in 2 years. What are we gonna do when that man shows up in LA ready to embarrass our country? This is a
That's
issue of
fact.
national security, people.
That's
What are we
fact.
doing?
That's a
Jamal
fact.
Crawford, why are you teaching this man how to dribble better? Why are you sharing your secrets with him? Kevin Garnett, I love KG.
KG helped out too. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
We gotta start setting an example here. We
That's
gotta
a
make
good
an
point.
example.
This is a good
We gotta
point.
call them people. We gotta call them people. We got the Olympics coming up in 2 years, y'all.
Yeah.
We cannot.
And the scary thing about the Olympics is that like the moment he lost, like when you saw him after they lost to the USA the other year, and how he was talking about how depressed he was, I said, "Oh, he's coming to LA with vengeance on his mind. I don't. He's gonna
Well,
want that so bad."
listen, when we're done, because I'm not going to get the quote right. when we're
Yeah.
done, go to Quarter Goal on Netflix and go watch the last like 10 seconds where
Okay.
he's standing in front of the reporters. He goes, you know what? People should be afraid of what's to come. And he goes, who should be afraid? He goes, everyone.
No,
That's how the documentary
it
ends.
fixed quotes are incredible. Because the thing is, he's so confident and believes himself so much. But what you gonna tell him? Like he's everything they thought he's everything we thought he could be already. Like he said,
Man,
you saw he said the other day, he's like, I mean, I'm gonna keep going blocks until I'm getting dunked on more than I get block shots, but I doubt that day comes. I'm like, yes, it's not gonna happen. It's not. It's just not gonna happen to you ever. But yeah, no, you're right. We gotta take a stand somewhere, man. But I
we
don't
got to
want to see
take.
Kevin Durant showing him no fade out. Nah, nope,
Mm-mm.
absolutely not. Nope, nope,
No,
nope,
I
nope.
want
Oh
him
no,
when I want in the post game press conference. They say, Wimby, where did you learn how to do that Dirk fadeaway? Or let's just say, you look a lot like Kevin Durant on that fadeaway. Oh
yeah,
yeah, I watched it on YouTube. If I hear him
that's
say,
it.
yeah, me and KD was in the lab,
I picked this brand. I picked this
lock him,
brand. You picked. No, you didn't. Yeah,
lock him
nah,
up,
you
lock
gotta
him
get.
up,
Yeah,
lock him up. We can't
enough's
have it.
enough.
We cannot have it though. We
Enough,
cannot have it. That's all I'm
enough,
saying.
enough.
You are, or do you have a favorite team in the league?
Not really. I'm a nomad. I'm Timberwolves by affiliation of Ant. It's because Georgia boy.
Respectful, respectful,
So yeah,
respectful.
yeah. I'm affiliate. I'm with him.
I was gonna
But
say,
yeah,
like,
I
if you
kind of
was a
bounce
Philly
around.
guy, use a Philly guy, like they might have something. They might got something
Hey,
cooking.
I'm so
Might have something cooking.
fascinated by this team and like Embiid moving into this more of a his the defense isn't it's not there how it used to be. I don't think it ever will be again. I think that era of him is over. But him as a playmaker with Edgecombe, Maxi, and Jared McCain when he comes back, that can look kind of crazy, honestly. And Paul
It
George might
looked
play
kind of
basketball one
crazy.
day. I don't know. I don't. Maybe he'll play again. I don't know. I don't know what podcast he's going to do. Um, I don't know what his plan is. But yeah, I'm interested in this. I'm fascinated with what they got going on. I think my one NBA take, if I know we gotta get out of here, is
Yep.
the standards need to be established again. Because ain't no shout out to BJ Edgecombe. I think it's gonna be really good. I don't like the idea that I looked at the box score and saw our rookie scored 30 points in his first game. Like, that's not how this is supposed to go. He's 20 years old. Somebody stop him. Play some defense. Do something. Be hard foul. I don't care. You don't let no 19-year-old show up here and drop 30. Where's the pride? Where
I
you know?
mean,
I don't like
these
that
young men coming in the league and they're not afraid, man. They're
at
not
all.
afraid. They're not
At
afraid.
all.
And listen, I thought I was not overly impressed with Edgecombe in at Baylor.
I
I felt like
disagree.
there were too many times where he just seemed content to just kind of float around and not dominate. But
Mm-hmm.
my man said, "Nah, man, I was doing what I was supposed to do, and
Right.
he getting to
Right.
the money. He
Yeah,
getting
for
to the
sure.
money, man.
For
So
sure.
respect to him, respect to Wimby though, man. I made the joke, but now like we had a argument with a guy in a group chat about
Mm.
Shohei Otani, and he was like, he's overrated, and I went, sorry, what? He's over who? And I said, we are watching, like we never saw Babe Ruth. This is Babe Ruth. This is what we're watching in real time in front of our eyes.
Right.
We've had 7'6", 7'5". We Sean Bradley, George Muresan,
Mm-hmm.
I mean Bobo, shout out to Shaq. Bobo, like we've seen super tall guys in the league before. We've never seen this, man.
At
Like
all.
when that play against I think it was Dallas, or it might have been Miami. I forget who it was against, maybe Charlotte. I forget what team it was, where he comes down with the behind the back, cross, step back three. And I'm like, but you can't, like that is what people used to do on 2K My Player, right?
Yes. Yes.
Before they really put like the limiters on it, right? Where you could
Yeah.
just go and make a 7 foot tall dude who could shoot, handle the ball, court vision, like we're watching something we've never, unless you got to watch Wilt or
Yeah.
Kareem.
Right.
I mean, early Shaq was something we never seen before, just in terms of the brute force.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, he's even putting his bony shoulder in people's chest and moving them 5 feet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, like we're just seeing something we've never seen before, and I hope that people really appreciate this, because
Agreed.
he's a force of nature. Now, maybe I saw maybe teams like the Heat and the Suns may have come up with a little bit of a blueprint. So he's
Yeah,
got to come up with that the team
the
has got to
counter
come up with
move.
a second move, the counter moves now. That's where the fun of this starts, right? Where we get to
Exactly
see
what I was thinking. Exactly what I was thinking.
how how does he evolve from this now that teams are trying to
Right.
come up with different ways to play him.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, like it could get spooky, man. Like that West is gonna be crazy with Houston. I know they started off with a 2 game losing streak. They've won
They'll
four
be
in a row
fine.
now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, OKC is still OKC. The Lakers, we didn't get a chance to talk about them tonight, but the Lakers,
Uh JJ's got it working, man. And I didn't think he could do this. And he might be able to do this long term. He's a little too crazy. But for now, it's going great.
it's going
Um
great.
I think DeAndre Ayton, who I have a lot of thoughts about, none of them are positive. He was like, JJ don't care who's playing, man. You gotta play good basketball. I'm like, hey, JJ got it going. They he's got him in that mode. Yeah, I think the scariest thing for the Spurs is that De'Aaron Fox hasn't played a game yet. I saw people being like, "Oh, what are they gonna do when Fox comes back?" I'm like, I don't know. What are they gonna do when the guy who was like the most clutch point guard in the league for the last 2 years comes back and gets to play with Victor Wembanyama? What's gonna happen? I don't know. Huh?
And with Stephon Castle,
Yeah, they
and with Dylan Harper,
like
and with Devin Vassell. Like it's just kind of like man, like it. We can close on this
yeah,
because I think the thing that concerns me going forward is the Adam Silver wanted to create parity, right?
mm-hmm.
He wanted to kill the super team, and with this new CBA, he has effectively done it.
Yeah,
And so we could, if we did not have this new CBA with all the second apron madness, you could be set. We could be set with for the next 10 years. OKC versus San Antonio with their core, those two cores. Now, granted, shout out to OKC for they signed the top three, right? But
yep.
you still got these other guys. At some point, Caruso's going to have to go. You might not be able to keep Case and Wallace. I forget the name of the number 25 dude. All of a sudden, just like
AJ
where
Mitchell.
you get him from?
Yeah, yeah,
Where you get him from? Where he
yeah.
come from? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Nikola Topic. Prayers up for him.
Right.
He's
Yeah,
dealing
for
with a
sure.
cancer diagnosis, but people are really high on him. Like you're not going to be able to keep all of that depth because the salary cap will not allow you to. And so, like, my concern is that at some point, Stefan Castle leaves, not because he wants to be James Harden and be the leader, the captain of his own ship, but simply because
I don't have a
we
choice.
can't pay you
Yeah.
and Victor and De'Aaron,
Right.
right? Or if Dylan Harper, who's shown some promise, we can't pay all of you guys. Somebody has to be the odd man out here. And so
Yeah.
that's the only downside about all this is that you've seen these teams who have built it the right way, whatever that's supposed to mean,
Right. Yeah.
who have built it through the
Totally agree.
draft or through shrewd trading, who will have to at some point blow it up because they can't pay for it. So
Yeah. I don't know why. Like, you gotta pick a struggle, right? And NBA chose all the struggles apparently. Like, you build your team through the draft. Hey, you drafted too well. You gotta lose your player. Sorry. You build your team through free agency or trades. Can't keep them. Gotta let them go. Sorry. Can't trade. Or you can't trade anymore. Like, it's not a
yeah,
good time. I don't like it. I'm not a
yeah,
big
yeah.
fan.
Or if you make the trade, you just can't build the roster. Like your roster is
Yeah.
basically stuck. Which again,
Right.
shout out to Milwaukee. They were there was a lot of jokes when that roster was put together this year. But granted, they're getting smoked right now. Um, losing to the Raptors, which isn't a great thing. But
Yeah.
but they are what I think they're 5-2.
Think so. Yeah. Yeah. So I very well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, 5-2. So yeah, man. So I mean, shout out to those guys, man. Shout out to these teams that are putting on early in the season surprises. But I'm excited to see what this season's gonna bring, man. And I
Same.
just want to close by this: ESPN, get it together, man. Put it back, put it back on YouTube TV.
Facts.
Put it bring
Yeah.
bring bring your channels back. Stop being jerks, man. Y'all
Facts.
got enough money. Y'all don't need no more. But anyway, man, that's our time. We appreciate everybody for who stopped by, who's been watching and viewing with us. Please remember you can check out every episode of It's a Black and White Thing by going to the podcast app of your choice, wherever you get the good podcast. Give us 5 stars. Share the audio version. You can also check us out on YouTube, searching at Brains and Bars. Hit the like button, hit the notification bell, tell a friend to tell a friend. It's them boys again. And you can also check us out Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter at Brains and Bars. Until next time, man, it's been a black and white thing. Titus, I appreciate you as always, my friend.
Always. Yes, sir.
Y'all have a good night, and we'll holler at y'all next week.